Oh, you got the same place? I don't know.
Okay, there we go. Okay, we are ready to begin. Are we ready?
Oh, yeah.
All right. Hi, guys. This is the best seat in the house, by the way. Right here. Best seat in the house. I get to see all your beautiful faces. It's true. I mean it.
What do you put on your skin?
Nothing. What do you mean? Cream?
No, like
Foundation?
Are you wearing foundation?
No. I don't wear foundation.
What are you wearing right now? Are you not wearing
Moisturizer.
No.
Thank you. I think it's because I don't wear foundation.
Yeah.
Honestly. Yeah. I'm a makeup artist, so I know these things. These things. Foundation is really
I don't like it. It's uncomfortable.
it perpetuates the problem, basically. You cover it up in order not to see it, and then it makes it worse, and then you can't use it. You can't live without it.
I just like to moisturizer, but that's it.
Yeah. Okay, we are ready to begin. Also, better skin has a lot to do with food. Has to do with the liver. Liver is skin. Like if people have psoriasis or different things like that, you need a liver detox. You need to clear out your liver.
How do you have quick? I use a lot of alcohol to clean out my
Yeah.
liver. How do you have quick skin?
What's that?
I use alcohol to clean out my liver. You're supposed to alcohol.
About to beat you up.
That's the opposite. You're supposed to use cleaning alcohol. Your alcohol ruins.
So you drink alcohol to clean out your liver. Oh, that's interesting. That's what every alcoholic says.
Oh, it's stupid.
Okay, AA, here we come. How do I have clear skin? I think that has a lot to do with all the detoxes I've done in my life. I've done a lot of detoxes. Every so often, I'm like, that's it, it's a detox time. Thank you so much. Tzaddikas, Shem should bless you.
Can I?
Yeah, of course.
We're doing chapter 7 today?
We're doing a different chapter today. We're doing chapter 11 because I feel like it.
Ever since I got to Israel, I've been freaked out, and I do not like it.
I've ever been in my life.
And I did it because my face.
No, but I want to look 25 when I'm before he has a mouth.
You will. It's an emotional thing. People can look old when they're 19. Like old because they're emotionally someplace else. It has a lot to do with what's going on in here. It has a lot to do with emotional detoxes, and it has a lot to do with physical detoxes. How you feel, your energy, your vibe. My mother is 74 years old, Slim, and she's like a little bopping teenager. Like a little ball. She doesn't look it, and she comes out, does her whole thing. She doesn't look like it. And then you have people that are in their 70s, and they look like all the bubbies, like, ooh. It's an emotional thing also. It has a lot to do with it.
She's almost like 50 years old, but she looks like she's like 27. I don't understand.
Yeah.
So we look like sisters. Oh my god, it's crazy.
You don't look like you're 27. Don't worry. You look like you're 18.
You know what? my uncle I had not seen in 10 years. He's
Yeah.
like, are you ready for your death? Are you 22? I'm like,
Not 22 yet. ברוך אתה אדוני, אלוהינו מלך העולם שהכל נהיה בדברו.
oh man. No, because I was wearing makeup and I was wearing like heels and a dress, so I look a lot older. So.
Okay, we are doing chapter 11 in Tomer Devorah. Chapter 11, we're not up to chapter 11, we're up to chapter 7, but I skipped to chapter 11. Ask me why. Because I feel like it, because I'm 40 and I can do what I want. Okay? All right, thank you, female power over here. What's that? No, it's actually tonight, girl. My Hebrew, the one that matters. I will give you all a bracha at the end of the class. All a bracha at the end of the class. Let's begin. Okay, guys, do you have your Tomer Devorahs here? Please say yes.
I never had it.
You never had it? Robertson bought the purple ones. Those. Pick it up. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Good. Okay.
Took my Tomer Devorah.
She's cute. Okay. All right, we're doing chapter 11, and the chapter, this midah, is called Chesed LaAvraham, okay, which means kindness to Abraham. The whole thing is talking about when you come out of your obligation. For example, when you're not obligated to do something and you do it anyway, it's a whole different level of what you give birth to, what comes out of you. Okay, for example, last night. By the way, I have a WhatsApp group that every day I post 2 halachos of Shmir Salashon on this WhatsApp group. Join it. If you want to learn 2 halachos of Shmir Salashon every day, it's a huge, huge schus for a bunch of things. You could do it for someone to get better, for someone to get married. You could do it for yourself to come out of whatever stuckness you're in your life, whatever you feel like you're not moving. Learn 2 halachos of Shmir Salashon. I'm not the one saying it. It's brought down from different sources and many, many different gedolim that have said any person that learns 2 halachos of Shmir Salashon a day will be saved from different things in their life. They will have salvations in different areas of their life. So you can click onto this, sign up to this WhatsApp group. Just come on. It's a silent group. I put on 2 halachos a day, and that's it. You learn your 2 halachos, and I try to make it very relevant and very, what? I'll send you who do I send it to, though?
Send it to me. Are you in the chat?
Yeah, okay.
So send it to Chai.
Okay, I'll send it to Chai, no problem. Remind me after class, I'll send it to you right away. Okay, so that's exactly what we're learning today. We're learning that when a person does something that is beyond obligation. For example, you're not obligated, like I told you so many times here, we said this, like for example, someone's stuff is on the floor, or someone's stuff is in the washing machine. You're not obligated to take her stuff out of the washing machine and put it in the dryer for her. You have no obligation. You could stand there and be like, hello, can someone empty out the washing machine? I need to use it. That's also an option. But you bending down and taking out her stuff and putting it in the dryer for her. This happened when I was in seminary all the time, that I would come to get my stuff from the dryer and all of a sudden, like, everything was folded. Someone just folded all my stuff. You know, that's like stuff like that who thinks of these things? Like, it's not my business, it's not my stuff, I don't have to do it, right? But that's exactly what we're learning. A Jew lives in a whole different level. It's a different level of thought, it's a different level of consciousness, it's a different level of, like, where we're going, what we're doing, what we're trying to build inside. 1 second. There's a whole different, like, it's a whole different, like, thing. Like, in the regular world, your thing is, like, making sure you go to high school, to get to a good college, to get a degree, to get an awesome job, to be someone, and to have some money, and to make some cute pictures for Instagram. That's like the normal world. You have money in your account, you look cute, you have a cute guy, and you have a nice house, and that's it. Like, that is you go on fancy vacations, and then you make everyone jealous with your, like, cute whatever Hawaiian videos, okay? And that's basically one mindset, and that's a very, very accepted worldwide mindset of, like, this is what it means to live a life that is productive or good, or people will clap for you if you get there. Okay, to that body, to that guy, to that money, kol hakavod, you're amazing, you're successful. As a Jew, we have a whole other code. There's that whole piece is not the focus. It's a focus in the Jewish world. It's a focus to get married, to have children, to have a home. Yes, but it's a lot more focus, especially since it's not even a woman's mitzvah. It's not your mitzvah to get married. It's not your mitzvah to have children. It's a man's mitzvah to do that. It's on him to find you. It's on him to please you. It's on him to have children. It's on him. As a woman, our mitzvah as a Jewish woman, our life, and also men, our life is like the thing that everyone else is living, right? Have a healthy body. I mean, today people are not having healthy bodies. Today people are taking pills and injections for people that are, do you know about this? I have to make this very, very known, okay? The diabetes shots? Everyone that is taking these diabetes shots. I happen to have been married to a man with diabetes that was taking these shots because he had diabetes. I was knee deep in research about diabetes. I was trying to cure diabetes while I was married to him. Okay, I did like sick research. I got people involved. I got like what really helps and what really brings back the beta cells in the pancreas. It's so crazy to see someone that their beta cells, which is the cells in your pancreas that create insulin, that basically breaks down to everything that you put into your mouth, whether it's sugar or not sugar. You have a tomato, the beta cells excrete insulin and they break down the tomato and they allow the nutrients in the tomato to go into your cells. And that's what insulin is. Insulin is basically the key that opens up the door to the cells that allow the nutrients into the cells. So now people that have a functioning pancreas and beta cells are now injecting more of this insulin where the body's getting confused. Like, one second, but I'm creating quota of insulin. Like, every time you eat anything, I give you insulin. Why are you flushing me with way more insulin? The body starts to get confused as to whether it needs to create the insulin or not create the insulin because there's already tons of insulin in the blood. So the body stops creating the insulin, the pancreas starts to malfunction. All these people that are taking these shots to lose weight, and they're all losing weight because they're filling themselves up with insulin. The insulin is breaking down the sugars in their body like crazy, okay? And the fat, and they're burning the fat. They're also all going to get diabetes. They're all going to get diabetes. Why? Because the pancreas is going to get lazy and tired and stop creating insulin cells. And when a person has to start now dealing with diabetes is a silent cancer. It's a silent cancer. I lived with someone that lived with it 24/7, day in, day out. It is a disease that I wouldn't wish on anyone. Anyone. It's night sweats, it's tremors, it's the muscle shaking, it's sugars that are all of a sudden 600 in the morning before you even eat anything. Your sugar is 600. You feel like your muscles are exploding and your body is going to explode, and then all of a sudden it goes down to 30. And 30, the person looks like he's about to die. He needs like ASAP, like sugar immediately. Otherwise he's going to have a diabetic stroke. People are playing with their pancreas and their cells and their insulin because they want to look cute in their jeans. That is the world. That is the world. And the doctors are prescribing it. They're like the number one, the one drug pushers and dealers.
What is it?
It's insulin. They're injecting insulin. They're taking insulin pills like diabetics. And that's burning their fat and they're making them sick. And they're all going to be very, very sick very soon. Because their body's going to stop. So in the name of beauty, in the name of vanity, people are killing themselves. So why am I saying this now? Because you got to be smart in this world and you got to be connected to the Torah. Like we said last time, a person needs to hold on to the tree of knowledge, the tree of Torah. Right? Eitz chaim hi lemachazikim ba. You have to hold on to this eitz. And when you learn Torah, when you learn what it is, what else you're supposed to have in your mind, what other priorities. It's telling us, like last night I was teaching the halachos, so that's why I brought up the Shmir Solution group, because last night we were learning from the Chafetz Chaim how he says that a person that is able to I have what to say. Socially, we're sitting together, we're all discussing something, I have what to say. Like I could say, oh my gosh, whatever, I also saw her doing that. I also saw her in town. I also did. I could say that. I did see her. And socially, like, you say something, I say something, like it's a ping pong, Like, I'm not going to sit there like an idiot, like, everyone's talking and I'm like, it's weird. It's not socially acceptable. It's weird. But the Chafetz Chaim was teaching us something so huge last night when he was saying, he said, what happens when a person has what to say, could say it, wants to say it, the urge is there to say it, I want to talk about her, I want to say what I saw, I want to say what I saw her doing, I want to say, what happens when you sit there and you swallow it, where you don't allow your urge to control you? What happens to us when we don't let our urges control us? What happens to you when you don't let your urges control you? Think.
Fighting your gates down. You get stronger.
How do you get stronger? What happens to you? What's the strength that you get?
You're fighting against
Self-control.
yourself.
You're able to hold yourself back.
What was the question? What was the question?
Creating a habit
Fighting
of
against you, it's
being able to continue doing that.
Overcoming your
What was the
You become
question?
better. You become better as a person.
What was the question?
What happens to you when you don't let your urges control you?
You're in control, so
You overcome temptation. Exactly. You're the one in control. Good. Exactly. It's what is it? It's an arm wrestle. It's an arm wrestle. If in my mind I always believe that my urges are going to win, I feel like eating that, I'll eat it. I feel like saying that, I'll say it. I feel like kissing him, I'll kiss him. I feel like doing that, I'll do it. I'm a slave to my urges. I feel like lashing out, I'll lash out, I'll yell at everyone in the apartment. I'm in a bad mood. I have an urge. And so it's like an arm wrestle. It's like every single time you come to the table and you're about to have this arm wrestle, every single time, what happens to you? You're already in your mind, you're already telling yourself, I'm losing. He's stronger. The food is stronger. The smoke is stronger, the guy is stronger, the Lashon Hara is stronger, whatever is the urge that comes up, the anger is stronger, it's stronger. Immediately, I'm not even going to play, I'm just going to put my hand down. What happens to me when I am able to sit there and I have what to say and I don't say, even though it's socially acceptable that I should say, and I don't say, what happens to me is that according to the Chafetz Chaim and many other sources, I build resilience in myself. And this urge that comes up and I feel like lashing out, I feel like getting upset, I feel like yelling, I feel like cursing, I feel like speaking Lashon Hara, I feel like the worst parts of me coming out because I feel like it, I have an urge. When I'm able to put a cap on the urge and I'm able to go like this with the urge and say, who's going to win this time, urge? What happens when I'm able to suck it up? Okay, I'm not going to be a Rebbitzin. I'm not going to be for the rest of my life never say a word of Lashon Hara. But right now in this moment, I feel like doing it and I don't do it. What happens to me is that I create resilience in myself. And resilience is something that money can't buy. Inner strength is something that money can't buy. Love is something that money can't buy. Connection is something that money can't buy. All the best things in the world are things that money cannot buy. The only thing that you can do in order to acquire those things is to work on the self and the psycho-emotional self. That's it. And when I am in the space of like, I'm not strong enough, I'm weak, I have to reach for my urge, I have to, I'm upset, I have to yell, I have to. What happens is that I am being dragged along behind my urges, and my life is going to look like it. My life is going to be one long, big, emotional roller coaster. One day I'm happy and I'm all good. One day I'm angry, so that's it, I'm done. And that's why we learn these classes. That's why we learn Torah, in order to have tools to know you will have bad days, and you will be angry, and you will want to rip people apart, and you will want to take revenge and speak Lashon Hara. And we have the Rav Usher Freund speaks after this. I'm going to go to his caver. He speaks about how he says a person has to look at themselves in the mirror and be aware that I have a monster inside of me. I'm not this like pure, like I'm always right, I never mean it. I have a monster inside of me. I have a freaking monster inside of me that wants to take revenge, and that wants to hurt, and that wants to get people back, and that wants to speak Lashon Hara, and that wants to be the queen in the room every single time, and that wants to get all the attention, and that wants to get all the look, and that doesn't want her to be happy. And I want that job, I don't want her to get that job, but I want to get into that seminary, I don't want her to get into that seminary, and I want to get that guy, I don't want her to get that guy. I have this person inside of me. I have all this stuff inside of me. And when a person comes to God and he says to God, look, I'm not this like angel. You put the soul that I have inside of me wants to do so many good things. Wants to love, wants to give, wants to connect, wants to be like, you know what? What's hers is hers, what mine is mine. I'm going to be happy for her. It has nothing to do with me. I'm not going to be jealous. I'm not going to be angry. I'm not going to be spiteful. I'm not going to be revengeful. I have all that beauty also inside of me. But when we come to Hashem and we say to Hashem, look, this is who I am. Yeah, when someone speaks Lashon Hara about me, I want to get him back and I want to say, excuse me? Do you remember what you said? Do you remember what you did? I don't want to sit here like an idiot, like a man, like, no. But Hashem, I'm doing that. I am taking this whole thing inside of me, this monster that I have inside of me with all these bad midos. Yeah, I have it. I'm not trying to be like this, like I'm all good, I'm all perfect, I'm an angel. I'm not. I have all these qualities inside of me. And my whole life, what I'm trying to do, and my purpose is to curb these qualities. And yeah, I'm going to lose, I'm going to fail. So many times I'm going to be in this thing and I'm going to fail. I'm going to do the wrong thing, say the wrong thing, hurt people. I'm going to do it. I know, because I have this thing, and I have these qualities. But God, help me. Help me, because I don't want to feed the monster. And I don't want to feed that wolf. And I don't want to feed those urges that come up. Help me be in control of the urges. Because that is, in essence, how a person really, really, really changes themselves and grows into their higher selves. Remember what we said last week? We said, which wolf wins? The one that you feed. Bottom line, we have two wolves inside of us. We have the parts of us that are good, that want to connect, that want to go to the kotel, that want to daven, that want to do the right thing, that want to go in shidduchim, that don't want to not be shomer negiah, that don't want that whole life. But then we have that part the part that does want to not be Shoma Nagia, and the part that does want to go partying and drinking and doing all these things and just losing ourselves in all of that, and the part of us that does want to lie and want to laugh at friends and want to cheat and want to read somebody else's emails and somebody else's text messages, and we have that whole part of us. And the whole thing, the whole arm wrestle that we're talking about is which wolf wins, the one you feed. There will be times in our life that we will feed the dark wolf because it's hard, because it's a struggle. But what we have to know, all we have to know, and all we have to know, all we have to know, all we have to know, is that whenever I am able to break urges, I create resilience inside and strength inside, and I am building myself, and I am growing, and I am evolving, and that's how it happens. That's how growth happens. That's how you grow. That's how you evolve. When it's not a knee-jerk reaction to every single thing, when you're able to control the knee-jerk reaction, that's when you develop inside of you resilience and strength of character. And you're able to respond to the person that this person just yelled and screamed and cursed and all that stuff in front of your face. And instead of reacting, all of a sudden you're above it. Just because they did that doesn't mean that now you do that. And all of a sudden, you're in control of your reactions, and you're in control of your words, and you're in control of what you're going to say or what you're not going to say. And just because someone texted you, just because he dumped you, just because whatever, doesn't mean that now the knee-jerk reaction of hurt and pain and all that has to come flooding out. And how do we restrain ourselves? How does all that happen? Every single time you are able to overcome an urge, you create strength inside. Strength of character. Strength of mind. You take back the control of your life. Not everyone in your life, not the guy, not your mom, not your weight, not the food. None of that has control over you. You have control over it. You're riding it. It's not riding you. And that is everything. That is everything. And you know what? I want to tell you something. It's not that hard. It's not that hard. Sitting in these classes, listening to Torah, listening, learning Torah, already is you taking so many steps in the right direction. That's why I keep telling you every time I see you that when you go back next year, when you're not in these classes and you're not going to have 24/7 Torah classes, keep learning. Once a week, go to a class, be a part of a shiur, go to something, because it'll bring back, you're like, oh, yeah, right. And it will strengthen you, but every single time you restrain yourself. Every single time you restrain yourself by anything or push yourself to come to class, push yourself to get up a little earlier, push yourself. Every single time you are mending, creating, building this personality within you. You are making it into something that you want it to be. And that is only going to serve you in life, in every area of your life, in your relationships, at work, with your kids, in every area. It's only going to serve you. You're only doing it for you. It's going to serve you. People that are emotional roller coasters, that are only based on mood, they're people that really their lives look at their relationships, their jobs, their track records. They look at, because everything is based on their mood. Everything is based on their emotion. And it's really, really because there's a child inside. And I have children today, and I see. It says in the Torah that Yetzer Lev Adam Ra Minu Urav, that a person's Yetzer is bad from when he's little. It doesn't mean that he's evil. It just means, bad means, Ra in this world means taking for yourself. Koach HaMekabel Atzmo. Koach HaMekabel Atzmo means taking for yourself. A person that is Tov is a person that looks to give, looks to help, looks to help someone out with something, anything. Whatever, looks to make another person's day better, looks to make another person's life better. That's a person that's a tov. Ra is, how can I get from this person? How can I use this person? How can I get what I want from the world around me? Looking to get. Why doesn't anyone like me, see me, give me, help me? Right? I'm so upset at this one, I'm blaming that one. That's a Ra. That's a child. A child, Yetzer Lev Adam Ra Minu Urav, which means a child is there. It's all about themselves. It's all about themselves. And that's how Hashem created it. It's supposed to be that way when they're little. You are created like this, like silly putty, and you're supposed to, the rest of your life, now form this piece of mud into a person. And I see with my kids, it's like everything sort of surrounds and revolves around them and around their needs, right? And it's not a bad thing. It's supposed to be that way. And as they get older, what is to be mechanech someone? It means the chanechoto means to show them what yes and what not. When a child is selfish, and the parents give in, what the child is doing, the parents are thinking that they're doing what the child wants, and it's so good. But this voice, this urge from inside the child can't be nurtured because you're fanning the fire. And then when they're going to be 18 and they're not going to get into the seminary that they want to get into, the whole house and the whole neighborhood and the whole community is going to suffer. Because she's now going to feel, oh my gosh, I didn't get what I wanted. You didn't give me what I wanted? Right? And that is something that we don't want to do. We want to create people inside of ourselves first and foremost, people that are able to understand that the world does not and should not. Welcome. How's your shower? Oh no? Nice hair. That the world should not and cannot revolve around them. And when we're in this place of the world should, God should. Excuse me, why am I having a hard day? Why am I having a hard life? Why did I go through that trauma? Why did this happen to me when I was a kid? God is not okay with, I'm not okay with God. I don't like that. Nah, I'm not happy with that. Sorry, not keeping Shabbos. Nope. Not gonna do it. All a person is doing is hurting themselves. When Hashem doesn't give you what you're asking for, when Hashem doesn't give you in your life what you want, it's because He's building you right now. If He would give it to you right now, just like the parents give their kid whatever they want, doesn't mean that they love him. They think that that's love. The kid is dying for the parents to say, I'm sorry, sweetheart, you have to turn off the TV, you have to go to bed right now. But I want another 20 minutes. You don't care about me? You don't love me? So parents that don't know what it means to build strong children and strong next generation, that they'll have a backbone and they'll have some kind of an internal emotional recipe for success and what it takes in this world to be loved and to have friends and not to be only about myself and my ego and everyone has to revolve and please me, will love their kids by telling their kids, that's right, finished. Into bed. And will teach their children what it means to listen to what their urge is, the opposite of what their urge says. Their urge says, I want to sit here for another half hour and watch and eat whatever I want and just be in this space. And now the outside parent is coming and saying, no, we are going to curb your urge. We're going to do the right thing. We're going to go to bed because tomorrow we have to go to school on time. And the child kicks and screams, I don't want. That is exactly what's going on inside of us. And we're the parent. That's the thing. We have to now parent this child that's inside of us that says, but right now I feel like saying that. But right now I feel like eating that. I don't care that I ate flakes 2 hours ago. I want to eat my ice cream now. And Hashem says, you see, I don't want you to be a spoiled brat. I want the light from inside of you to shine. And the way the light's going to shine from inside of you is that if you bend your urges. And that's what we have to do to ourselves, which is the hardest job in the world. But it's also easy when we take two things into consideration. Number one, pray for it. Pray to God all day with your words in your own language, in your own way. Just say to Hashem, Hashem, give me strength. Give me strength to overcome my urges. I don't want to be a person that is I don't want to be a brat. I don't want to be a brat. I don't want to be a brat. I didn't get what I wanted. I didn't get what I prayed for. Forget it. I'm not doing this anymore. Forget it. It doesn't work. I don't want to be someone that says, it's not my way, it's the highway. I don't want to be that person. I don't want to be the person that if she gets a no from a seminary or from a job, then now everyone around her in her life has to suffer because she's going to yell at everyone and be upset at everyone and not talk to anyone and give everyone and be a snob to everyone or be whatever, angry to everyone because she didn't get what she wanted. I don't want to be that person. God, help me. Help me overcome my urges. And where does it start? It starts with this smallest things. You want to eat that chocolate? You want to eat that chocolate bar? Eat it. Eat it. Enjoy it. You want to eat it right now? Your urge says, oh, I want it now. Open the bag, eat it. Open the thing, eat it. Look at it. Put it down. Count 5 minutes on your watch, and then eat it. Break the urge a little bit. Not right when you want to reach for it. Not right when you got the guy, text him. Wait. Wait. That builds your character. We have to know we have a little child inside of us that wants it and wants it now. And if somebody says the wrong thing, I want to get them back. And if I don't get what I want, I'm angry at the world, God, my parents, my friends, everyone. We have a little child inside of us. And then we have the nefesh ha'elokit, which is the adult. I said, sweetheart, I know you want to stay out all night, hanging out with your friends and smoking and doing whatever. I know you want to, but tomorrow morning you have to be in school, and tomorrow morning you have to be in that place. So you know what? We're going to say goodnight to everyone, and we're going to go back home. But my urge says I don't want to. I know, sweetheart. And there's that war that's going on inside. The more you can be the adult for yourself and curb your urges, the more successful you're going to be at life. And what we're learning here from this midah, it's called Chesed LaAvraham. We're learning that when a person is not obligated to do something and they do it, like I told you before, like my friend that took out the stuff in the dryer for me when I was in seminary and folded it all and left it on the machine folded, she wasn't obligated to do that. When I do things that I'm not obligated to do in this world, forget my obligations. I have my obligations that I have to do, okay? But when I do something now for you that I'm not obligated to do. Your friend forgot her raincoat in the car, and she parked over there, and now you're all in the restaurant over there, and you say to her, "I'll go get it." No one's asking you to do it. You don't have to do it. So the world will tell you, "What are you in? Like you're like someone who's welcoming that." You don't have to get it. It's hers. Excuse me. She should go get it. You're right. Technically, according to the law, yes, that's how it works. But you taking a step outside of that, you taking a step above that and beyond that makes you a person. Listen to what he says. Listen to this. Ready? Those who go beyond the boundaries of their obligations, and it could be with small things. It could be like calling your mom every day for 2 seconds, 2 minutes, a minute. You don't have to. You could text her. You could send her a WhatsApp. Call her. You go above your obligation, a drop. Look at the promise that it says over here. If you go above the boundaries of your obligations, as like Avraham Avinu did, Hashem also treats you beyond the boundaries of the law. You get treated, God helps you, God opens doors for you, God makes things happen for you beyond what you deserve. According to your level of observance and according to where you're at and according to your Shmiras Halashon, you don't deserve certain things. But when you do something for someone else that doesn't deserve it and you're not obligated to, what you've just done is opened yourself up. You've created channels in your life to receive things that you don't necessarily deserve either, that God is not obligated to give you. The more we do things that are above our obligations, that we're more than what's expected of us. Who said I have to go? Who said that? Who got me this cup of water? Me. Tell me your name again. Shoshi. Shoshi didn't have to get it, and if she wouldn't get it, thank you, Shoshi. If she wouldn't get it for me, nobody would know the difference. I wouldn't know the difference. But Shoshi thought, and she does every class, and she went to get me a cup of water, and very quietly put it down here, and moves on with her life. She's not obligated. But the fact that Shoshi does that opens her up emotionally and spiritually to receive things that she's not necessarily would have received. Yeah? Get it? These kinds of things. Small things. That's what spirituality is based on. All of it. All of spirituality is based on the small things. It's not these big, massive, like, let me open up a cure organization right now, or let me do something above and beyond, let me go save the whales or the children in Africa. No. It's the small, little, tiny things, gestures that you wouldn't think of normally, or whatever, don't really matter, that are above and beyond your obligation, and you do them, you will see the shift in your life. You will see how God shifts things. All of a sudden you're like, whoa, I got that job? I got that summer job, like in that camp? Like nobody gets a job there. What? Because you're that kind of person. And it says in the Torah that Megalgalin Schus Al Yidei Zakai. People that are involved in good will be further involved in good. People that are involved in good will be the ones chosen to then move on to other things that are involving them in good. And people that are involved in evil, involved in the dark, and involved in bad will further be involved in bad things because energy carries itself. Energy pulls. When you're around certain people, you become like them. Why? Because it's energetic. You start talking like them, acting like them because it's energetic. So people that are involved in bad, energy-wise, they will continue being involved in bad things, and God will set it up for them that they will have more opportunities for bad. And oftentimes they'll come to me and they'll say to me, I don't know, I said to God, I want to stop smoking, I want to stop hanging out, I want to stop going to that guy's house, I want to stop. And like, it keeps coming back into my life, so maybe Hashem doesn't want me to stop. Like the drugs keep coming back into my life, and the guys and the parties keep coming back into my life. It all keeps coming back, so maybe God doesn't want me to stop. Because it keeps coming back into my life. It's a boomerang. That's right, that's all we got to say, it's a boomerang. That's the truth. So he says here like this. He says, Hashem does not exact from them the full extent of his justice, even in the correct way. He says he treats them even better than that, as they themselves behave. This is kindness to Avraham, chesed la'Avraham. This is the midah we're learning. HaKadosh Baruch Hu acts with benevolence towards those who are like Avraham in their behavior. So too should one act. He should be righteous, correct, and just in his dealings with all people. But he should go beyond the boundaries of the law with those who are good and pious. For people that are good to you, for people that have shown up for you, people that care about you, people that have done for you, people that pick you up from the airport, people that celebrate your life, people that come and are there for you in the middle of the night when you get stuck, people that are whatever, to those people that are good and kind to you, don't focus on the times that they were also not good to you sometimes. Like oftentimes our parents. How many times were they yes there? How many times did they yes transfer you money? How many times did they yes come pick you up when you needed them? How many times did they set you up and send you to camp and do all these things? So for the times when you were little and they were abusive in ways, because today everyone is abusive and everyone is toxic, okay? So because it's become the opposite extreme than what it was when our parents were young. Okay? When our parents were young, my mother talks to me about her childhood, and I'm like, okay, abuse. She doesn't even chap that she doesn't even chap because it was never spoken. It was never like, this is Ima, this is Abba, we love them, and period. Like, we don't talk smack about our parents, period. My mother will never say a bad word about her parents, ever. And she has a lot what to say. Ever, because it's in their mentality. And she grew up totally secular, and they speak about their parents in third person. When they spoke to their mother, they spoke in third person. And this is like secular, no Shabbos, there was no... And today, what's become is that like every single tiny little feeling is like, I'm being abused. So a person really, really, really has to catch themselves and not go to those places, because a person can just they can walk around feeling really sad for themselves. Really sad for themselves. And self-pity is the number one downfall. Number one downfall. This morning I woke up, okay, this morning I'll share this with you. This morning I woke up and I was just like, you know what? My friends suck. All my friends, they all suck. I'm like, making myself a birthday party and having to do all the stuff myself, and like, hello, friends, hi. I'm not asking for a surprise birthday party, but like, be my friend. And then I spent like a little bit of time like this morning, like feeling sorry for myself. You know, I have to make my own birthday party, and I have to bring the food, and and everyone's like, yeah, we'll try to come. Like, don't come. Just don't come. I don't want you there. If you're not coming excited, and if you're not coming with like, to celebrate me. Right? And then on the way here, I got a phone call from this Rebbitzin she's not even a Rebbitzin, she's just like this bright light in this world that does a lot of massive, beautiful things. And she called me. She texted me, because in all of my self-pity, I reached out to God and I said, God, help me come out of this, because I know it's not good. I know the feelings that come along with it. All of a sudden I'm sad for myself. All of a sudden I'm crying. All of a sudden I'm alone. Self-pity. I know self-pity. I know how self-sabotaging self-pity is. I know how off kilter I get when I'm in that place of self-pity. And I asked Hashem, help me, because I don't want to be in this place. I don't want to feel this way. Ew. It's not helpful. It's not going to give me the best birthday in the world if I'm in this place, which is what I want. Right? And all of a sudden I get into the car and I get a message from this lady. Hi, call me when you can. So I knew this was the answer to my prayers because I know her. And I called her and I spoke to her the entire way from my house until I got here. And basically when I got here, I came out of my car just like so inspired, so empowered, so excited to teach this class, to see you guys, to have this birthday. She turned around my entire perspective. The whole thing was like shifted like 180 degrees. What? I was feeling what? I get to celebrate my life. I got to the age of 40. I feel like I have so many blessings in my life. Oh my gosh, so many blessings. So many blessings. Oh my gosh. And I'm sad because I'm birthday party. Everyone's going to come. It's all going to be good. What? Because the Yetzer Hara, he tries to take you and he tries to veer you. And then you're like, yeah, look, even YouTube videos say I'm abused. Because I wasn't my parents didn't come to my graduation. And that's like, what does that do to a person? It's dangerous. I'm not saying there's no space for trauma. I'm not saying there's no space for abuse. I'm not saying that there's no space to like work on it and deal with it and allow it and cry over it and do all of it. But once it starts it's your mantra. You were the abused one. You were the middle child. You were the black sheep. You weren't seen. And you're living it 24/7. And you're the nebach. And you were this. And you were that. And how come? And It's killing you. It's poison. You're eating poison all day. It's killing you. It's killing you. And the world is like so into it. And I even hear I hear people around me very much. All like the focus is like how much I don't have and how much it's so hard. But look at how much you do have. So it's really, 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 really important to know how to keep balance. I think with everything that we're learning in these classes, super important to keep balance and to realize that the nefesh that you have inside of you, which is your emotional, psychological makeup, is everything. And how you hold it and how you carry it and how you treat it and how you talk to it, how you talk about it. All of you, the inside is your compass. It's your compass. It's going to make the difference between your life, who you're going to marry, what kind of home you're going to have, what kind of attitude you're going to have towards life, what kind of experiences you're going to have with life, because there are going to be times in life that are not going to serve you and they're not going to be like, wow. You could, God forbid, wake up at the day that you're turning 40 years old and no one's planning anything for you and there's no party and no one really cares. And it could happen. And how do I meet it? From which area do I meet it? From where inside of me do I meet it? Do I meet it from a place of, I am such a nebach? It's so sad for me? Look at my life? Where do I meet it? From which angle do I meet it? And that's the job of our life, ladies, forever and ever and ever and ever and ever. And that's what we're learning, that these things, when I'm able to curb my urges, when I'm able to see things from a different perspective, when I'm able to speak to the right people, when I'm able to surround myself with people that are strong and know how to, life will throw you curveballs. You will get a curveball and it's going to hit really hard in your stomach and you could either say, ugh, that hurt. And let me see what I can do with this and throw it back with the most strength, or I could sit here and cry over the fact that I was hit in the stomach. You can cry. Rabbi Nachman says, cry. Cry. But have a time when you stop crying. Enough. I felt bad for myself for an hour. Enough. Next, move on. Because what do you do with this hard day? What do you do with this hard emotion? What do you do with this hard feeling? The idea is not to get stuck in it, caught up in it, let it drag you through the mud for a very, very long time. Stop it. Because that is why the generation today at large is suffering from depression. It's not knowing where to put the stop on it. It's giving in to this place of like, yes, I was, I am, and then getting to a dark, dark, dark place. That's how mental illness starts. Mental illness starts when I don't know how to train myself. When there isn't the adult in the room that says, turn off the TV and go to bed. When there isn't the person inside, the strength inside that says, okay, I cried enough over this. I heard enough over this. How am I getting strong from this? How am I using this to build me? How am I using this to attract the next person that's going to be much better for me and much healthier for me? That is what it means to be a successful, strong, resilient person in this world. And if we wait for for our urges to take us there, it's never going to happen. Our urges won't take us there. Our urges are the child, and the adult is the mind that says no or yes. All right, ladies. Any questions? Have a great day.
Thank you.
You're welcome.